Welcome to the most horsepowerful podcast on the internet, the Xbox Drive. Before we get this show on the road, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and ring that bell on YouTube, and leave a 5-star rating or review on your podcatcher of choice. If you want to continue the conversation after the show, make sure you join the Carpool Gaming Discord. For exclusive content and all the Carpool shows in one simple feed, head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Finally, head over to carpoolgaming.com for all of your merch needs. Now, with all that out of the way, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because it's time for the Xbox Drive.
Greater than X.
What's up, everybody? It is me, Fee. This is the Xbox Drive, episode 378, because we know how to count here on the Xbox Drive. I am so excited to be here this evening with two of my co-hosts. Bowser, how's it going?
Hello. It's Friday. Do the Friday dance.
Do the Friday dance. Friday. And then there's Mitch. And Mitch, how's it going?
Oh, good.
We got a thumbs up.
We got a thumbs up on an audio podcast. We are
And
killing
Mitch
it.
is here. Well, what do you want? You're still here? You're not fired yet? Not yet.
No.
Close.
Close.
Soon. Give it a couple
Yes.
weeks.
Man. I
Maybe
don't
after
know.
tonight's stream, I'll probably be fired. It's fine. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see. Hi everybody. I'm just playing around with my camera for people who are watching over on YouTube and over on Twitch. Just because, you know what? Why not? I'm here to adjust my camera because I'm sitting here with two of my co-hosts who have really fancy cameras now. So I'm just sitting here with my old C920 just hanging out by myself here on this island. But yeah.
Do you remember those days, Bowser, of having a bad camera? Remember that?
Yeah, that was
Oh
terrible.
my god.
I mean, my camera looks great, guys.
Look,
Don't...
at least yours isn't freezing up every time we do an episode.
True.
So
Big facts.
true.
Big facts.
I had
Yeah.
to upgrade.
It's true.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't. I had great cameras. I just wanted a better one. It's cool.
And we're here. Oh my goodness.
People on YouTube and all the Twitch and all these things, they get to see us just crystal clear. Crystal
true.
clear. We can do like zoom ins like this and you still see us clear. And if you can't see the zoom in because you're listening, go to YouTube and Twitch and watch them. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Do both.
Do
Give the
both.
video a like while you're there.
Yeah, while you're there, comment on B's camera. Please do it. Bully her into buying a new one.
Don't do that.
What
Don't do
in the
that.
world?
She needs an
Okay.
Xbox first.
Yeah, I need an Xbox first. Let's be real. Okay. Yeah.
Good
So
Lord.
on the topic of tech and things we're geeking out about, Mitch, okay, I just want to preface, guys. This guy before the podcast is like, I got this, and starts waving around a freaking yellow envelope. I asked him if he was served because he's just like, oh,
Because that seems likely.
Because it seems likely. It's Mitch. He looked
I
like live
do
on the internet.
devious things. What the hell does that mean?
You
I don't
screamed
know.
at somebody in Apex and they're coming after you.
I gotta cease
Said
and
something
desist.
about their mom. I heard it.
Oh, man.
This is a cease and desist.
Yeah.
No.
So, okay, what is this, Mitch?
Okay, I'll open
Yeah,
it
we really
now.
wanna
Are you
know.
Ready for the audio? There you go.
Show me your
Watch out-
address
don't-
right
yeah,
there
please.
on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, bring your social security number. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I really wanna
100%.
know.
No, I already know what this was, but I wanted to show this. This was my geek
Okay.
out. I got my gold medal for Extra Life for 2024
Ooh, very nice.
Nice.
Congratulations.
to go with my other 3 gold medals. So yeah,
Congratulations.
3-time gold medal winner. Just saying.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
Wow.
I'm gonna wear this the rest of the stream. So
Okay.
You do you.
Do it.
Okay.
I'm going to.
Okay.
Anyways, it feels good to be a champion. I'm just saying.
We
Three-time
really like
champion.
raising money for children. That's all we're caring
Yep.
about at the moment. Not the fact that Mitch's ego got 3 sizes too large.
Come on. Guys, you should know
His
by now I
ego.
don't have an ego. It says Game On Gold Medalist and Fundraising Specialist. We are excited to present this gold medal to you for the celebration of your 2024 Extra Life fundraising total. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to change kids' health to change the future. Thank you, the Extra Life team.
Great job. Great job.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Love it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. congratulations, Mitch. And
I'm gonna make sure it
congratulations.
shines really bright into the camera lens, just blinds it. It's fine.
Well, that's a great thing to do. Why not just bang the entirety of our YouTube channel and people who are currently watching over on Twitch? Thank you so
100%.
much, Mitch. All right. Well, thank you so much for that geek out, Mitch. I want to know, Bowza, what is your geek out this week?
Well, I know Sean's here and Sean's going to love this, but the weather has turned and it's motorcycle season, baby. Over lunch, I got my motorcycle out, got the saddlebags put back on, I take the blankets off, the battery tender off, just get everything situated. Got my new helmet programmed to connect to my phone so I can listen to good tunes when I'm out on the road. And then I finished work a half hour early and went for a ride, and it was wonderful. I love it.
I love it.
Then
Very
I
nice.
came home and Green Jeans made Delmonico steaks on the grill.
What is
So-
that?
Delicious.
Okay.
They're very nicely marbled steaks.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sounds
I like
fancy.
this.
I'm doing pretty good today. It's been a good evening so far.
Nice. It sounds like a really good spring day for you.
It is. I had to be a little careful. There's still like gravel and leftover salt and whatnot on the edges of the road. So you just have to, be mindful. I might have peeled out a little bit turning onto the main road down here. So, it happens. At least
That's
when you have
not
three
good.
wheels, you're not worried about falling over when you do that. So
It's
it's
true.
fine.
I love it.
I mean, for the most part, you're not worried about falling over. It can still happen. Just, a lot less likely.
Yeah, you're
Let's
gonna
not
be
practice
going a lot
drifts yet, okay?
faster if you're
Yeah,
gonna
let's
fall
just not
over.
practice drifts. We're fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Nice
So
comment.
that's it. I'm happy for the nice weather, and then I'm sure it'll probably snow next week because this is Pennsylvania and this is like fake spring. But hey, I had to get out and enjoy it while I could.
I understand fake spring here
Yeah.
in the old East Coast. Mitch does not because he lives in a desert.
Where it's
So-
always awesome weather. Sorry. I don't know what fake spring
I don't know
is.
what you mean by awesome weather in the summer, says the guy who has like 110, 120 degrees. You can cook an egg on the sidewalk. That sounds terrible.
And you know what you do then? You stay indoors.
Which
You
is
just
what we do
don't
in the
go
winter.
outside.
So like it's
That's what you
the
do in the
same.
winter, right? The
Yeah,
difference
just
is if I
go for
wanted
me.
to leave, I could. That's the
I
difference.
can leave in the winter.
So can I.
Can you though? Without mountain
Can
tires?
you leave though
I sure can.
during the summer?
Yeah. I can
Okay.
go on
Your
the road
tires
with
like
my
melt
car.
and fall
Yeah.
off on the road.
You know what? My tires don't melt. Thank you very much. I have good quality tires. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I
Goodness.
saw it on NASCAR. The tires just like melt off and stuff. It's fine.
They actually, let's put it this way. Yeah, you actually do see that a lot when you do drive on the highway in the summertime. You actually do see a lot of like exploded tires on the side of the road. And you're like,
Doesn't sound good.
No.
just have good tires. Don't have tires that have no tread on them and you're fine.
You can see the
Good.
bands.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. Those are the tires you see and you're like, stay away from that car. They might just have a tire pop out of nowhere. We're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
We don't like that at all. 0
What do you
to
got,
10.
Fee? What's your geek out for the week?
Okay, guys, I'm going to talk about the fact this was my phone. I had this phone for over 2 years. Your girl upgraded. I
Hey.
decided
Ooh.
to get this pretty number. Ooh, it's also a Google phone. I'm not
Google
showing you
Pixel.
guys my information. Yeah, so I got a Google Pixel 8 Pro. I set it up before the stream, and I just want to tell you guys about the fact that whenever I buy a new phone, I do not like to use my phone until I get a screen protector and a case. And so I waited a day, 24 hours with this phone in my possession, and I did not touch that bad boy. I would
Yeah.
open it up, look at it, then close it. Then I opened it up, and then I closed it again because I'm like, I'm not touching this. But here's the thing. My slight geek out is the screen protector kit that I got. Now, mind you, I just want to let you know that on the box, it says protection of God. I don't know why.
Nice.
And by the way, the protection of God was made in the not in the United States, made in China. So apparently that's where you're getting the protection of God from.
That
yeah.
sounds like false advertising. That sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen. My phone
then-
broke. I thought the Lord was protecting it.
That's what I'm confused. I'm like,
What?
what does this mean? And then it has explosion proof. So EXPIOSION.
Love it.
We love to see it. But no, I'm so confused. I do really like the phone. I am loving it, and I'm excited to play around with it more because it does have some bells and whistles. I don't like the fact that one of the things is like digital well-being, cough and snore detection. See how much you snore and cough during your scheduled bedtime. I don't want you to know that, Google. Okay? I don't need that. Do I have a little bit of a sleeping issue? Maybe. But I don't want you to know that. I don't need someone looking at my, like, or listening in. No, absolutely not. So yeah.
She's scared of the results. They'll be too real for her. She'll look at the results like, no.
It's like, I don't need to be attacked first thing in the morning. Thanks.
Oh yeah. No, I would know for a fact. It would probably say, you need all the help. Please go to the doctor. Please go.
You wake up and there's just a big red alert on your phone. It just goes, go to the ER now. It just can't. It's like, no, we're not kidding. Please leave right now. Get medical emergency. That would be awful.
That would be the worst. No, but I was just really excited. I wanted to get a new phone. My other one had been cracked for a little while. Mind you, I'm now realizing I have a little bit of separation anxiety with my phone. So we'll see how that goes because I'm going to miss it. This is also the first time I've ever gotten color phone, guys. I always get black
fancy.
or white. This one's blue. It's a light blue color. But yeah, it's pretty. I didn't want just a black one because it was like an option of like obsidian or bay. And I'm like, I want to go with bay. That's fun.
What phone did you have before?
I had the Google Pixel 6 Pro. The 9 is currently out. But I was just like, you know what? May as well.
Nice.
Fulia has the same phone as me? Fulia, we are phone twins. Oh, yeah. Sweet. I mean, that does make sense. You do really like blue, and this is blue. So,
but Fulia, do you have a case that's protection of God?
Okay, that's my screen protector.
Sorry, the screen
protection
protector.
of God. Yes.
You have a screen protector that has protection.
If you don't, you should. Just saying.
Hold on, they already misspelled things on there. Maybe it was like protection of good. Like they're just
Lachlan
like,
says
it's okay.
Protection of dog.
Yeah,
which I like.
Protection of dog. Where's the dog? I want the.
Look out now! It's coming right now through your door.
Sweet. I want a dog. Oh man. But yeah,
I have 4.
I mean, do you want me to take one of your dogs?
No,
Mitch?
not
I
at
don't
all.
think
You stay away from my dogs.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not. Well, I mean, they'd be in an actual climate that they can acclimate to.
Hey,
yeah, that's probably true.
Hey, I don't care.
Be able to,
They've
like,
acclimated.
breathe.
I don't want to hear it. They've acclimated. No.
Have your like subarctic dog breeds acclimated to the heat?
They have acclimated just fine. Thank you.
I'm not
They
here to steal.
sunbathe.
Okay, I want to make.
I don't know. All I
perfectly
see
clear.
them do is lay on the floor and stare at your bowl of popcorn.
Oh man, I want popcorn.
Yeah, they do a lot of that. Every time I pull out popcorn, I was teaching Vanilla how to like take nicely, because she's a puppy, so she just
of course
like snaps your fingers off.
Sure.
And I don't play that, so I was like teaching her how to take nicely with popcorn, and then all the other 3 dogs were like, "Hey, yo, why is she getting popcorn?"
Yeah,
like,
we know how to take nicely.
We know how to
should
take
be
nice.
rewarded.
I can do it first try. Watch.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I don't care. Like I'm trying to teach her. So now but now Vanilla, every time I make popcorn, now she's like, oh, it's more training time. Like, no, I'm actually trying to eat this. Go away. No, all 4 just stare at me now. It's fine.
You made this problem yourself, Mitch.
I did.
Sounds
You're
like
right.
it.
Yeah, this
You're
sounds
right.
self-inflicting. Okay. Well,
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying too. Whatever. It's fine.
Okay.
I got
whatever.
popcorn. I can make more. That's fine.
Yeah. Nice
Just make a whole
comms,
bowl
Mitch.
and just throw it at them.
Nice comms.
Buenos comps.
Buenos
comms.
comms.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
All right. Well, that's everything that we've been geeking out about. I feel as though there might be someone.
Housekeeping.
One of these days, Mitch is gonna get that cue, and it's gonna be glorious.
I don't know what else you're gonna say. Okay.
What comes after Geek Out? Oh my gosh.
It's in the
Mitch.
doc, man. I even highlighted it right now so that you would see
Did you
it.
highlight
Okay.
it? I totally. Oh my
Bowser.
god, you did highlight it. Oh.
Bowser,
Oh.
a note for ourselves every week. We just make it larger and larger and larger until Mitch finally takes the cue.
Make it flashing.
Yeah.
It's 96 font and big and just
man. Or
like Fee's alert on her phone for when she records her sleep.
exactly.
Same thing.
It's also going to be like one of these days I'm going to have the audio clip and I'm just going to randomly play it. You're not going to know when. It might be next week. It might be in a year. I'm
But it
going
has
to
to
have
be
this
recording of you saying it, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Not me saying it live. It's me pre-recorded saying it.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Has to be.
There we go.
Anyways, thank you to everyone that supports us over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. We got new supporters this week. We want to thank Joshua for coming in at that exclusive content tier, and thank you to Toxic for becoming a gold member. Thank you very much. Enjoy all of that wonderful content. Speaking of Patreon exclusive content, Fee's Pants episode is out right now. You can go listen to it as soon as the Xbox Drive is over, because don't leave right this second. And Ryan is going to be up next, so make sure you check that out on Sunday. There's a new episode of Campfire, and that also has Fee as well as Ryan and Seth as usual. And don't forget to check out the mini indie van, where we have early access over on Patreon. And if you need to, pop the 7-day free trial and give it a listen and let Fulia know what you think.
Incredible. I haven't listened to it yet, but it's incredible. I'll just say it. Bang up job, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Stop that.
You'll never know if people are talking about you on these podcasts if you don't listen to them.
It's true.
You'll never know.
You'll never know, Mitch. You'll never know.
I haven't gotten through your Pants episode yet, and I'm scared to now. Great.
Yep. Also, reminder, you can visit carpoolgaming.com for all of your merch needs. There's some pretty rad merch out there. I'm wearing the Extra Life shirt. It's awesome. It's nice and soft. I like it. And while we're live over on Twitch, you can gift merch to the Twitch chat. So just go over there, find the merch you want to give, and say, I want to do a giveaway. And people that are watching over on Twitch have a chance to win it.
And then we scream at everybody on YouTube to run to Twitch.
Yeah, we tell everyone to leave the stream to go do that. So
fast.
Of course.
If you want to see that live in action, go for it.
Run.
Try it out.
And that does it for our housekeeping this week.
Housekeeping.
Goodbye, housekeeping. Fantastic. All right. Yes, Bowser.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Fee.
Yeah.
Have you played any games this week?
Oh, sure. Boy, howdy have I. I played some Split Fiction.
Hey.
I played it on my sofa. We played it through Lucas's computer, and I love that game. That game is fantastic. I got through the first area, and I'm midway through the second area, and honestly, it's a lot of fun. And I was excited to hear about it last week, and I'm like, okay, I need to play this. I think it would be really great to be able to like sit down, play this game, and I have been thoroughly enjoying it. However, I will say there's a particular point where I got a little motion sick because it was the Tron racing. I'm not going to give any more information there, but I was doing flips and dips and dives and tosses and flipping around and going upside down and over. It was insane. But yeah, I'm really excited to see the rest of the game and how that goes, mostly just because of the story and the plot. As someone who is an avid reader, it's really interesting in the concept of an author being able to go into their story and go from there. So yes.
Yeah, I agree. That game is amazing. I've been playing along with Riley from the community, and we're like just beyond halfway. Maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure, because I popped the achievement for having done all the side stories. So I'm guessing that the last couple main chapters don't have any side stories. But it is amazing, like, how often they change up the gameplay. Like, you never do the same thing for very long. You get different abilities, you get different helpers, you turn into different creatures. It's just wild. So I'm really excited. Like, I'm ready. Like, we're playing again tomorrow morning. Like, I want to play. Let's go.
Yeah. And I definitely agree with you when it feels like the moment that you think that you fully grasp what's about to happen in the game, or specifically gameplay wise, they just flip it. They just change things up. You think that, oh, it's a side scroller. Oh, it's a top down. Oh, it's a first person. Oh, you're doing this. Oh, it's just there's so many different elements, and then all of a sudden you can like turn into other things, and then other times you have the like a freaking lightsaber. Like there's just so many different fun cool elements. I definitely recognize that there are some areas where I've maybe made a mistake, or maybe I attacked a machine that I shouldn't have. Who knows? Mostly just because I'm like, wee, I have a whip. And then I was just running around and being silly. So that's essentially my experience with it. I haven't played too much of it this week. This week has been very hectic, but I'm really excited to be able to sit back down this weekend and actually get further in the game, just because it's just really joyous. And also I like the fact that it does it feels like a chapter of a book. So you can feel like, okay, I finished something. I can go and do something else. It's not just like a continuous. It feels like, okay, we close this part of the story, we can continue on with the next chapter, and it feels very digestible in a way. And also I appreciate the fact that there is kind of like a lock-on mechanic with certain things. Like when you're jumping, if you point it a certain way, it like locks on. So you, like, if you jump, even though you might not be the most, I don't know, you lack the ability of jumping, maybe let's say on a pillar, it actually like it allows you to lock on. Or if you're like just grappling, it locks in as well. I think it makes it easy for people who are not as good with those particular mechanics in other games. I remember the amount of times that I played like Uncharted and I got stuck at the bottom of a freaking like central like section, and then you'd be like trying to climb up, and then all of a sudden you fall down, and then you're back at the bottom again, and you're like, oh great, I'm back here, because you grappled incorrectly once. But no, it seems very like just overall like I think it's definitely more focused on like the story plot, and I appreciate that, because there were definitely some challenging sections, but there was other areas where I'm like, okay, I feel like I can actually go through this, and not feel like I'm gonna just instantly like ruin the experience for both of us, because I cannot just jump capably, essentially, is the best way to put it. And yeah, I love the characters. I definitely who are you playing as, Bowser?
I'm playing the fantasy character.
Same. That's the appropriate choice. The space character, sure. But I'm definitely more of a fantasy gal myself. So the moment I saw her, even though usually, Lucas is the green character, like whenever there's like a game that there's like a green, I'm like, no, she's mine. Like he's the sci-fi person anyway. I'm like, this is more of your vibe. This is more of my vibe. I think this is the correct way. And then there was just certain aspects where he's just like, oh, so this character is very much like you. Like she overthinks everything and she's constantly worried. And then she gets motion sick. And he's just like, oh, it's you. You're right there. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, yes. Because I even said like right before, because it was during the sci-fi section, I said I wasn't feeling too well, and then the moment later she's just like, I'm feeling sick, and he's just like, oh wow, can she hear you? And I'm like,
maybe.
I'm like, maybe. But yeah, no, that was definitely a highlight, and I like the fact that only one person has to buy it.
Yes.
Like that's a really good thing. Even though we like are on a Steam family anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But if we decided to play online, then he didn't have to worry about buying it.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's just very like, it's pleasantly surprising. I didn't play It Takes Two, so
yeah, me neither.
No.
Really?
No, I didn't play it.
I mean, I have not played this game, so I can't say which one's better or not. I will just tell you, if you liked the variety of gameplay that this had, It Takes Two is also very similar. Like that studio just makes super good co-op games. Like what can I say, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like,
yeah, that's their
It Takes
jam.
Two is pretty awesome. It's a fun game. Same deal. One person buys it, the other person can just play it. I think the difference though is like this one's cross-play or
Yes.
cross-platform play. So that's the big difference. It Takes Two is not. So if you play it on one console, the other person has to play on the same type of console or PC, whatever. But no, I played It Takes Two, and it was awesome. It was fun. So
Yeah.
really funny, really cool characters, story. It was good. It was really good.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really digging the story. It's gone places here.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at how much the story has affected me, I guess I'll say. Without giving anything away. We've gotten into some deep things with these characters, and yeah, makes it more impactful. Aside from just having fun, just having a blast. I will say I have one very, very minor nitpick, and that is there's some sections where the two characters are dressed very similarly.
Yeah.
Like they will have like a whitish outfit on, and it will just be like color highlights to differentiate, and their hair color, if you can see it. And sometimes it gets a little chaotic, and you're like, okay, I thought I was over here, but really that's you, whoops.
Yeah.
But that is like super minor nitpick at this point.
Yeah, I know that mind you, I'm playing split screen, so it's a little bit easier for me because I'm able to tell like, okay.
Well, it shows up split screen even when you're playing online.
Oh, does it? Okay, interesting.
For most of,
yeah.
like sometimes it smashes you both together,
Yeah.
but most of the time you're split screen anyway, so you can see what the other person's doing.
Right.
Without spoiling too much, was it when you were on the highway that you were struggling to figure out which one was which, or okay. Okay, maybe I'm just
But I think it was a sci-fi part. I feel like the outfits they wear in the sci-fi are closer in color than what you end up with in the fantasy world.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because the fantasy world is very much like there's green, like an entire outfit, and then there's pink.
It's so beautiful. Like I keep taking screenshots.
Exactly. Oh, it's so good. I will admit I was slightly thrown off during the first section of like the fantasy area, mostly because I'm like, oh, I'm not going to spoil what happens, but I was not prepared because at first I'm like, oh, I'm just a really small character, and I'm like, oh, you can. Okay, never mind. Whoopsies. That was interesting to say the least. Sean in the chat asks what kind of themes. At least from where I'm currently at, and I think I'm definitely a few chapters behind Bowser, there's definitely some hints of like family issues and trauma and like outside of the realm of the stories. And they let their stories kind of like play by play or like be kind of like a way to tell those types of stories without like fully coming out with it. I did kind of get a hint at something that was happening with the oh my goodness, how do I not remember their names right now? I know, but either way.
Mio and
Zoe. Yeah, there was just like a comment when you're in the fantasy area and she's just like, oh, because she's looking at a tree and then she notices something that's written on the tree and I'm like, oh, there is okay. I just don't want to spoil it. But I was like, maybe after the game's done, you and I can sit down and talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
kind of like waiting for everybody to like get through the game so that we could just let loose and to say everything. Because I also don't want to spoil, like, there's some really just fun, playful side stories. And it's fun to just see those without knowing anything about it. So I don't want to take that from anyone. But I'll say, like, with the story stuff, it's kind of like you can kind of pick up little things as you're going through a particular story, and then sometimes at the end, the two characters kind of talk back and forth about, what inspired that story, what's going on in their real life or their past that inspired that story.
Well, there was also some really heavy themes in It Takes Two.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole like plot of the game is like parents getting shrunk down because, and like, let's just say these parents don't get along very well. And like it's definitely, but there's a lot of like themes in that are also very heavy themes that aren't just, super fun and playful. It's like, oh dang. Like let's just say if like two people are playing the game and they're not in a good state, that could actually end up being really bad. Or if like a child is playing the game and I'm like, it's like it's kind of some heavier themes, but it's not like it's mature rated or anything. It's just definitely tackling topics that could be very much happening in somebody's life. So yeah, it's definitely like I said though, like this studio just knows what they're doing. Like They know this is their niche, and they do a really good job of it. And I definitely want to play it. It's weird because like for whatever reason, I just blanked out on this game coming out. Like I'm sure it got talked about. I'm sure it got all this stuff shown. And again, it's just like, oh, the same people did It Takes Two. Oh, they make awesome games. I'll play one day. And I didn't know. Like so all of a sudden I saw everybody playing it, and I looked it up. I'm like, oh yeah, that game.
It felt like from when we heard about it until when it released was a really short period, which is great, but I just didn't expect it to happen so quickly, I guess. It kind of snuck up on me as well.
Also, the guy that runs that studio is awesome. Just go check the Game Awards, and like that guy's awesome. That guy's great.
He's a character.
He is. He is very much a character. But that's like those are the characters that I like in game development. Like that's the dude I was like, oh, that guy runs the studio. Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be great. And like I say, he does a good job. What was the other? Why am I blanking on the other game? It Takes Two. This game. And there was one before it. What was that?
No, I'm not sure.
What was the? Oh man, somebody in the chat will know. There was a game that came out before It Takes Two. That was another co-op. Like A Way Out. There we go. Thank you, Riley. Yeah. So like. Again, another game. Although I heard that game, let's just say progressively, I think these games are just getting better and better. Because A Way Out was one I heard that the story was like, it was okay. But I heard that like, you know, like It Takes Two is a great story, and I heard nothing but great things. I checked Metacritic on this; it's a 91. Like, everybody loves this game.
Yep.
Super awesome.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
What else you been playing, Fee?
I played a game called Witchtastic. So Witchtastic came out on the Yogscast. Like it was like specifically like a bundle that came out a few years ago. They do this thing called the Jingle Jam. And so they like you can purchase it and it comes with like 50 games. So this was just like one night Lucas and I were like, okay, let's just find a multiplayer game that's like, or like a co-op game that's like quick and easy and not split fiction. So we decided to try to play this game. And I don't think I've ever been so angry with a game not in such a short period of time.
Angry because it's bad or angry because it didn't go well?
Those are noises.
It was okay. So first of all, my controller, I don't know why, it just decided to stop acting like it should. And then all of a sudden there was just like mechanics where it was okay, the preface of the game, it's almost like not cook serve delicious, but like like overcooked and stuff like that. And so essentially the preface is you are a witch and you have to like make potions for orders. But sometimes it's without context will be like all of a sudden, like for example, there's a wood pile. The next time you have to go chop wood. And then there's no explanation that you have to chop wood unless you like run around and figure it out. And then there is mushrooms that you have to go find to make these potions. And then you have to find like nightshade and stuff like that. And there's no real explanation. And then it's just pure chaos. And I think it was mostly because I had a week. I tried to make this. And you know what? I will try to play it more. The highlights, you can change your outfit color and your outfit. And then we got to the point where you can change your broom. And I'm like, heck yeah, I want to do this. But then I was just like, you know what? Actually, I would prefer not to rage. No, it was cute. I think it was more on the lines of my controller just kept disconnecting and I had a long day and I'm like, this is not it for me right now. I just can't do this. Maybe another day, but not today. And that was it. So yeah, it was like, it's a very small game. I don't, like I said, we got it like a few years ago because of this Jingle Jam. But yeah, I think I'll try to give it another chance when my controller is not like, it was one of those things where like I'd use my controller and then even though I stopped using it, it would continue to move. And so it would just
Love
like
that.
There was like some sort of delay, some sort of lag. So yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't a pleasant experience. So I'm not trying to let that affect my thoughts on the game. But yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now about it. And yeah, so there was a cute owl that tells you everything in the game. He's like your little guide. Doesn't provide all the information that you need. But yeah, it was definitely something. I don't know, maybe it's just my feelings overall when it comes to like games like Overcooked, where it's very chaotic, and so I usually get very much like I need to get 5 stars or I need to get 3 stars, and so it just became very competitive, and I think I was not in the mindset for that particular type of game at that time. And yeah, I played the usual, played the Bazaar, and I played Infinity Nikki as well. Congratulations. Those are my defaults as well. Just like Mitch has defaults, I now have defaults, which is Infinity Nikki, which is getting weird and creepy because there's a doll, and I don't like dolls. No, just no. Nope. No. And also the Bazaar, which changed up again since it's come out to open beta. And I don't know how I feel about it. There's also, because when they went to open beta, they also introduced a battle pass. Every game has a battle pass. And then not on top of that, they also have a subscription. So you have a battle pass and a subscription that you can have. There was a lot of people who were mad about it, guys. There was a lot.
You ain't Fortnite. Calm it down.
I was about to say Fortnite.
Like, Fortnite can get away with that.
They can get away with pretty much anything they want. Yeah, they can do whatever.
Every game has a battle pass. Is it free to play? Battle pass. Is it a shooter? Battle pass. Is it Fortnite? Battle pass. Is it a random like storyline with absolutely no fighting in it, but there's plot? Battle pass. Doesn't even make any sense because a battle pass is there because you've progressed in a fight, not a story. But you know what? Battle pass. Here we are.
But here's the question though.
Yes.
You don't have to buy it. You
Mitch!
don't have to do it.
There might be a cute outfit.
Exactly. That's why I get the Infinity Nikki battle pass every month.
See?
Yep. And then
But what
also,
I'm saying is, like, if the battle pass is there, because I mean, like, a lot of games will offer it. Doesn't mean you have to spend money on it. Come on.
so we're not listening to Mitch's logic right now. I don't need logic in the room at this moment in time. I need to think about girl math. And girl math
Okay.
is cute outfits.
Do we really want to talk to Mitch about spending money in a free-to-play video game?
Exactly.
Like, are we going there?
You absolutely can. I enjoy spending money in my game. Thank you very much.
I like spending
Just
money
because
in
it's there.
mine.
There's plenty of games that have battle passes that I don't spend money on because I don't care about it.
Same.
Are you doing Fortnite this season? You gonna get Sub-Zero?
Not until I hit level 80 and get Sub-Zero, then I will.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it right now. Nope. Not at all.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, yep, that is our
Actually trying to save money now, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. Apex
right.
got all my money. That's fine.
Man, well, I mean, Mitch, do you want to also talk about the other games that you've been playing other than Apex? I mean, you can
No,
talk
because
about
I
Apex
haven't
if
been
you want
playing
to.
anything else besides Apex because I hate my life. Okay, here's what happened. This weekend, okay, rewind. The weekend before, I played ranked.
Oh.
I had a great time. I'm sorry, go ahead. Yes.
Was this in association with your very long Discord post that you posted in your Discord saying that I'm not doing well in ranked? I did not do well this weekend. And I just like looked at it and I'm like, this is a TLDR. Mitch didn't do well in Apex. Mitch mad at Apex. Mitch don't play Apex. I just like
Yeah. so thanks for that. So I played a little bit of Fall Guys. Jan32 is right. I did play a little bit of Fall Guys. That was fun. But like I played Apex and it was just awful. Like I'm playing competitive ranked, okay? And I'm getting to that point where I'm getting I need to really lock in and like really do well in order to progress. And I was just not. And it was not fun. And I was getting very angry. And I was slamming things and screaming. And yeah, it was bad. I lost like 1,000 RP, which is a lot in a weekend. And I was just like, you know what? I decided this weekend for my sanity and for my blood pressure's sake, I'm not going to play Apex. But no, we did play a little bit of Fall Guys, which was fun, which actually leads me into what I'll be playing this upcoming week. But yeah, no, Apex was very rough, very, very bad. Bowser was there. She could attest to how angry I was getting and how pissed I was getting and how much fun I was not having. So yeah, yes, Fee.
So I last weekend decided to hop in your stream. Every so often, I like to lurk in your stream. I opened it up. You, I think at the time, swore and broke or like threw something, and I then instantly went, this seems like a bad time to be hopping into Mitch's stream, and a stop. And I just closed my phone and I walked away. I'm like, okay, Mitch is having a time. And yeah.
I try not to get that way. Like, I really do.
Sure.
I try not to get to that point where I get, sometimes it's funny if I get angry and I throw something, it's funny. But no, I was straight getting pissed. Like, there was like, the funny angry Mitch was so gone. He was so far gone. I was just mad. And again, it was just like, let me turn around and have a good day. And it just wasn't happening. And again, sometimes that happens, but all I got to do is just take a break from Apex for like a weekend or something like that. I'll be fine. I'll come back and play again.
So what are you going to play this weekend, Mitch?
So this weekend, just like after this, we're going to be playing some Lockdown Protocol because that, my game of the year 2024, I'm going to have a lot of laughs with friends. Specifically, the one thing I've been wanting since I've mentioned this game, right after the Xbox Drive, if you're listening to the audio later, I'm sorry, go back and watch the VOD. We're going to be playing Lockdown Protocol with all the Carpool hosts. Let me rephrase that. All the Carpool hosts who are available on Friday. So yeah, we're going to be playing playing Lockdown Protocol, and that is the one thing I've been wanting more than anything. Is like, I really do love that game. It is super fun. I also did spend some time with Fulia and with Locklith showing them how to play the game. So I want to prep them early. You know, what's that for?
We didn't get prep time?
Well, first off, you guys
did I not help? Did I not help?
Bowser was there. Sorry. Bowser was there. Fee, you weren't.
I shot people in the kneecaps.
Of course.
That's right. First off, we didn't play the game. Like,
no, we didn't really play
custom games.
No, I'm saying that you gave them a rundown on how to play the game. I didn't get that at all. I got a fee. We're playing this game. It's this much money. Go play this game with us. And I'm like, okay. And then I had no idea what to do. Mind you, at the time, none of us knew how to play the game. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We all had to learn
I'm so
together.
sorry. I'm such an expert that I told you to buy a game that just came out and expect you to show you how to play. I would rather, have them know how to play the game before we start playing, and that way they're not just spending an hour going, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I was trying to help them.
I think Fulia knew how to play the game. I think this was all a ruse because she went nuts. So we did kind of play a couple games there at the end, and she shot a bunch of us.
Yeah.
And then acted all innocent, like, "Oh, look at me, innocent
what do you
koala
mean?
over here." And she'd like shoot me, and then she dropped the gun. And as I'm running down the hall trying to get away from her, she's coming behind. I don't even have a gun, and like showing her hand that she doesn't have anything in her pockets. I don't know. I think she knows what's going on here.
I appreciate this. Also, Riley in the chat saying enemies don't help each other. Fee, you know what? You're right. You're right.
But anyways, I was trying to get them acclimated because I didn't want to spend an hour explaining the game to them and them not having fun. So I wanted just all of us to have a little bit of like experience with it so we can jump in and actually have fun right away. So, and then I'll be playing more of that tomorrow with, you know, whoever else wants to play, not just hosts. And then Sunday I'll be playing Fall Guys because Custom Fall Guys is also another really fun game that more people can play. And
depends who's playing. Just saying.
Yeah. Oh, Riley, I'll have a controller. Don't worry about it. Last time we played
play
Fall
on
Guys,
roller. Let's go.
I was playing mouse and keyboard because I'm really trying to get better at mouse and keyboard on everything possible. Because literally I'm trying, and mouse and keyboard in that game is not reasonable whatsoever. It's tragic. It's trash.
I just want to say, last week, after the podcast, everyone was hanging out in Discord, and y'all were playing Fall Guys, and I said, okay, guys, I need to go record my pants episode. I'm going to deafen in here, but I want Mitch to stream so I can see what's going on. I'm recording. I look over, as a heads up to give you guys a little bit of a behind the scenes. All my stuff I'm doing, like when it comes to notes, is on this monitor. I have a monitor over here. That's where my Discord was. I turn my head and I see Mitch's ugly avowed character, and I lose it. I had to cut a portion of my freaking pants episode. I had to stop, compose myself, stop looking at Mitch's stream, and then proceeded to continue. I'm like, no, Mitch, that is banned. I veto that. No, just get it out of here. I I was like, I can't even. I feel like I should have just cut that particular audio because I just like, I choked slightly. Like I was like midway and I was like,
I
"Ugh."
wish you left it in now.
I
I
was
want to
just
listen.
like, I like started losing my, like, I just started laughing and I'm like, I cannot handle that. Why are you doing that? Like, nightmare fuel. Mitch,
Guys, it looks just like me, so that's not very nice of you to say that.
Mitch, I feel like it's nice of us to say that you look better than whatever
Aw.
that.
I should
Yeah,
hope so.
yeah.
I just want to hit the button again so bad. It says a
Nope.
bound right there. I just want to hit it.
No.
It's getting
You
closer.
need
I
to
just
change
wanna
the
hit it.
button. You need to change that button, and it has to say banned on it. And you're like, people who walk by and look at it and be like, "What does the banned button do?" That's exactly what that is. It is banned, banned, banned. Mitch.
I'll see what I can do.
Mitch, I will remove your camera if you do that
Oh
again.
no! Don't do that. Oh no! Oh man! I'm
Okay,
changing it
well,
now and it'll say
Mitch, are
banned.
you playing? Did you play anything else last week?
No, seriously, I did not play
Okay.
anything else. I played like 5 minutes of Lockdown Protocol. I played
Yeah.
Apex and got really super duper angry, and I played Fall Guys with the community, which was super fun.
Guys, can I take a second and talk about a game I'm going to be playing this weekend because I've been really wanting
Go
to?
nuts.
So I was waiting. I needed to be in a good mindset for it. So Monster Hunter recently came out and I am getting this game. I'm spending $150 Canadian essentially to play this game. It's $100 or so. But I'm so excited to play this game. I've been watching TikToks about it. I thought I could get away with like holding off until like the current class that I'm currently teaching is done, but I'm buying it this weekend. I also took a moment and cried for a solid 20 minutes this week because of the game. Want to know why? Because people have been making their pets that have passed away as their palicos, and I lose it. And I'm like, "No, why? Why would you do this?" And so yes, here I am. Am I going to make the void that constantly comes up on my camera every time? Absolutely. Because she is a disturber. She is a void. And if I made any other cat, she'd probably take out my monitor. She already takes out half of my stuff on my desk anyway. So mind you, the last time I played Monster Hunter, I also made Hera as my palico. So I feel like as is tradition, Hera has to be my palico in this game. So yeah, I'm really excited. I also have seen some really funny clips. And so if you're playing Monster Hunter, hit a girl up because I will be buying it and I will be playing it. And I am just very excited to get into it because I don't know, I miss that game. I have really good memories when I played Monster Hunter originally, and I didn't play the other Monster Hunters up until this point because I know this one is multiplayer again. So yeah, I think I associate Monster Hunter with multiplayer game, and so if it's like a solo game, it doesn't make any sense to me. And mind you, I know a lot of people do play those games solo, but my best memories are just like sitting on Discord with friends playing that game. So it's just, they go together. I can't play that game alone. Yeah. So
Nice.
that's what I'm going to be playing this weekend if you wanted to know. Bowza, what have you been playing this week though?
Well, we already talked a bit about Split Fiction. I did play a little bit of Lockdown and Fall Guys, as mentioned previously. A weird one that out of the blue I just started playing, Doom 2016. Because I guess I'm turning into Sean. I don't know what's happening here. Like, what is going on? Is this like upside down week? I'm not sure.
100%.
But I'm having fun. Just chipping away, doing a little section at a time. I can remember when I tried to play Doom Eternal, it just didn't click with me. I just wasn't enjoying it. But now I'm just like running around and shooting people and punching them in the face. Fee, yes.
Yes. Hi, Bowza, big fan. I have a question for you. Have you played Doom 2016 before this
No.
particular? Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, so you played Doom Eternal, but you haven't played this game before.
Yeah, I played some of Doom Eternal, but didn't make
Okay.
it the whole way through.
Gotcha.
But I played like original Doom.
Oh, okay.
So I have the
Nice.
old history.
Yeah.
So.
I learned that I got motion sick from video games through Doom
Yeah,
2016.
that makes sense.
That was the game
And
specifically.
that was the game.
Oh,
Yep.
dang.
It sure was. But did I play it for hours after that because I love that game so much? Absolutely I did. I played that until I got to hell, and then I got back, and then mind you, I remember playing it for the first time, and I apologize for interjecting, Bowser, but the moment I was just like, man, this seems pretty solid. Like, why aren't there any glitches yet? And then all of a sudden, when I was in hell, I was up against one of those fat guy, like specific, like fat, like demons. And then all of it, I don't know what the names of them. I don't know if there's a name for it.
That guy. That overweight
So
man.
a larger demon comes after me, and I proceed to go up to it with my like Gatling gun, and I'm shooting it, and then we both flip upside down and then fall through the like void. And I was just like,
Love it.
okay, you know what? This makes a sense. Here I am playing this game, and I thought, what? I mean, I've been playing other games specifically by like that one's made by Bethesda, right? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's part of their umbrella.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought it's a Bethesda game. It hasn't glitched out yet. I don't know what's going on here. And then it was a world-breaking glitch, and I'm like, I'm
There we are.
home. I'm home.
I'm home, Bethesda. You showed your true colors.
Thank you for making the glitch. Yeah. No. But yeah, what are your initial thoughts of Doom 2016, Bowser?
Yeah, I'm surprisingly enjoying it. It feels more like the old Doom games than Eternal did. Of course, it's, 3D and looks a million times better, and there's more stuff going on, but, it's kind of the same premise, right? Run around, kill a bunch of demons and whatnots, and pick up your ammos and your armors, and just run around and go nuts. So, I'm having fun. Chainsawing people up. It's always a good time. Who doesn't love a good chainsaw to the face? So,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm just doing a little bit. Like, if I need my play a console game, little quest for the day, I'll just fire up a level in there and see what happens. But next up, I played a bit more of that One Lonely Outpost, and that's the game that's kind of like Stardew with a No Man's Sky type of theme. And I'm starting to gather like other people to live on this planet with me. We found some aliens. The aliens hurt my robotic cat. I was not happy, but that's okay. He's all back to normal now, so everything's good. And then lastly, I finished up a game called Killer Frequency. This is the current Backtrackers game, and we're meeting up Sunday at 11 Eastern in the Discord to talk about it. And the premise of this game is you are a radio DJ in a small town, and things are going bad, and 911 is down, and you become the emergency 911 phone taker. Like you're answering callers for the radio station, you're answering 911 calls. There's a murderer on the loose in the town, of course. So it's really interesting. Like, you can just not help and the person just gets murdered, or you can try to help and you choose poorly and they get murdered, or you can do everything right and save some lives. So I was a little bit split. It felt early on like a lot of people were dying on my watch, and I didn't feel too good about that, but I pulled it together towards the end. But yeah,
This sounds so fun. What the
it's
heck?
a really cool game. It's first person, but nothing happens quickly, so I think you would be fine with this.
I'm buying it.
Do it.
This
It's
sounds
fun.
Do it.
I love those types of games. I've played This Is the Police and This Is the Police 2 before, and then also 911 Sim. So I'm interested to try this out, especially since there's a murderer. A murder.
Murderer.
Yeah. A murderer.
Yeah, so you're picking out the records to play. Apparently all the ads are on cassette tape because I guess we just need different technologies. But every once in a while, like, it'll be, oh, the murderer's doing this thing. Maybe, somebody who works in the office here has something that can help you. So then you gotta like put on record and go out and wander around the office a little bit to find something. Whether it's like a magazine or a map or whatever to try and help the people. So it's pretty cool. I enjoyed it quite a lot.
Nice.
So yeah, excited to meet up with the Backtrackers on Sunday and have a nice little discussion about it.
Nice. What time is Backtrackers on Sunday?
11 Eastern.
Okay.
You have time. It's not a long game. You could play
Oh.
it tomorrow and come. Just saying.
Man, well, I have something I'm doing in the afternoon, but I don't have any plans for the evening, Bowser.
Yeah, see? You got it.
You know what? Maybe I just stream this. Maybe I just play it from start to finish tomorrow on stream.
There you go.
There we
Perfect.
go. Perfect.
So it says it's a total of 5 hours on how long to be.
Yeah.
Okay. I've played
Yeah.
games for longer. I've played games for double digits. It's fine. That's how time works. We're good.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that's it for what I played. You know, I did dailies in Fortnite and played some solitaire because, of course, I did. But that's it for this week.
Every time I see you play Fortnite, by the way, I'm like, damn it, I wish I could play Fortnite right now. Like every time I see you playing it. But
I'm not
there's
stopping
stuff,
you.
obviously, I can't just be like, if I could, I would, right? But I just can't sometimes. You know what I mean? Things happen, work
You work.
and more work. I know, right? It's just,
You.
I just need to be a bum. What I need to do.
Yep.
Man.
I'm going to work out.
All right. Well, I bought it. So no going back,
Perfect.
guys. No
Gotta
going
do
back.
it now.
Man, every week, like my bank account gets like more and more sad because Bowser mentions a game, and I'm like, this sounds great, and then I buy it. That's what happened last week. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh man, Bowser's talking about Split Fiction, bought it. Buying this game, already bought it. I also got a bundle, and it came with Fear of the Spotlight, so I'm pretty excited about that one.
Nice.
So yeah, because I'm like, you know what? Why not? Gonna
Have you ever heard of Not for Broadcast?
I
other than
have.
Maybe me talking about it on this show.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I know of it and I own it as well.
You
According
should play
to
that
my,
one too. But that's longer and
I gotta play the one for the backtrackers.
yeah, you
I've
gotta
never
play
done this
the
before.
frequency first. And I think it's a good order too to play Killer Frequency first and then play Not for Broadcast.
Oh man, okay,
That's my recommendation.
excellent. The Bowser Rex. Okay,
That's what I'm here
Excellent.
for.
yeah, Mitch. That's what we're
Yeah.
here for.
Yeah, I guess. I don't have any recommendations. I just tell you every week play Apex, right? That's all I do.
Play
Every
Apex.
week- okay,
Don't
Mitch-
because it's terrible.
Yeah, I'm never
Yeah.
playing Apex. You can't. No, absolutely not. Maybe that could be a extra life goal.
I was just about to say,
Yeah.
extra life goal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll-
Fiona takes
we'll play it.
all the motion sick meds and gets those silly glasses. And
All of them
plays
at
it.
once. All of them.
All
The
of it.
overdoses
And then
on
Mitch
them.
coaches us in Apex.
Oh no!
It's okay. Amanda asked me to coach her in Apex on her pants episode and then yelled at me because I didn't respond to it in time. So yeah, like that was really nice.
Yeah. Well,
She
you should listen to
accosted
this
me.
podcast.
She's like, I talked about you. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. Like, I'm sorry. I didn't say hi or mention it. My bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll teach you guys how to
Exactly.
play Apex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, shout out to the old. I've been playing Assassin's Creed, and we'll be on the next week's episode to discuss.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sean's coming back.
for a week.
For one episode.
One episode. Don't miss it.
Yeah.
One episode.
And if you do, watch it on YouTube. Listen to it on the streaming.
Actually, you know
Yeah,
what?
get
How
on
about
your
this?
podcatcher.
This week that Sean's going to be on, VOD's not available. You better catch it live or you're not going to see it. Just saying.
Whoa!
How about that?
That is
Make
a
him
lie.
show
up for real.
Mitch does not
Mitch
make
is
that
not in
decision.
charge of any of this, so don't worry.
Damn it. That's why they don't put me in charge.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mitch does not have the power, guys. We're safe for another week.
Because all
Perfect.
Mitch's ideas are just trash. Should we talk about something else, please?
All right. How about we let some folks into the carpool with us? First up, we have the Locklith who writes in, who is the best in-game sidekick and why is it BT from Titanfall 2?
She answered it. She answered it.
It's over.
It's over. She answered it. I had one.
I have one too.
You go first.
Okay. So, fun fact, all of mine come from Fallout 4, so be not surprised in the least. Dog meat. We also have Valentine. We have Nick Valentine. Guys, that guy, that alone, those two particular characters are phenomenal. We do not need to talk about Preston. We do not need to hear about the settlements that are currently under attack. Preston. But no, there's just so many, like, there's like, oh my goodness. I just like those particular characters alone. I remember when I first went to the gas station in Fallout 4 and then got dog meat, and I just constantly like went on adventures with him for like tens of hundreds of hours, and then I got Nick Valentine, and then I went adventuring with him, and being able to like dress up like 1920s like detectives and going around with a sniper rifle and us just like solving mysteries and murders in the wasteland, literally the best thing ever. I don't know what, it's just so good. I could also probably mention like some of the characters from like Ace Attorney, like Maya is really good, Mia is really good as well, and some of the other quirky sidekicks. But no, I would probably have to say Nick Valentine is always going to be like my number one, just because of the really cool, like the vibes the entire time. And then I also was just like, I will kill every single member of the Brotherhood of Steel because they do not like him. And I hate it. I hated them. They said really mean things, and then Nick's is like, maybe I shouldn't be here, and then got sad, and I'm like, no, maybe they shouldn't be here. And that's the correct answer. Always. Always. Mitch, did you think of your...
Yeah, I had two. I had two
Okay.
in mind. Cortana. I mean,
Sure.
How
she's
about the
like,
weapon?
no, Cortana. She's nicer.
Got it.
She's
Okay.
she's better. Cortana, I was gonna say, but another one that I love because it's just he's adorable, and I'm a big Star Wars nerd. BD1 from the Jedi Survivor series.
Ooh,
Little
okay.
itty bitty guy. He's just cute from the start. They made a Lego set of him. That's how awesome he is. Like just a little cool little guy hangs out, folds up, fits in your back. You know what I'm saying? Just a cool little buddy. But no, BT is the real answer for real. Like BT is just such a good boy.
All right,
I don't wanna
I'll
cry,
meet you
Basil,
with
it's your choice.
a robot sidekick, and I'm gonna go Claptrap, because why
There you
not?
That's
Love
another
some
good one.
Claptrap humor in Borderlands games.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want a sidekick that's like not with you the whole game, but their mission with you is pretty epic, then I'm gonna say Lenny from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ooh.
If you know, you know.
I don't, so I'll just trust your word
Okay.
for it.
Maybe
Haven't
we
played it
maybe we go to the bar together. If that gives you any idea of what may or may
Got
not
it.
happen.
Okay.
So
I also like, I think like some of the like characters that are like with you in Final Fantasy 14. So like
Yes.
Alize for sure.
Tataru.
Yeah. No. 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 I specifically remember at like right at the end of like Stormblood, and then going into Shadowbringers, and then all of a sudden you just realize that like Alize is like your best friend, and then you get separated. I cried. Yeah, I was so upset. I was just like, why, like, what is happening? And it was even worse because I was playing with a group of friends, and my my friend Harv was just like, he already played this before. He had already gotten to that point previously, and he knew I was gonna get upset about it. And then he's just like, "How are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm okay. I don't know what's happening." And then he's just like, it'll be fine. And I'm like, is it gonna be really? I don't know what you mean. And then it was okay. But either way, really good characters. You spend literally hundreds of hours with them. So 10 out of 10. Any one of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Oh, so
They're all pretty good.
All pretty great.
All right. Thank you, Locklith, for that question.
Thank you.
Folia writes in, I had asked the question of all these rumors of the new Xbox hardware being more PC-like. I said, what PlayStation exclusive are you excited to play on your next Xbox? Because why wouldn't I ask that? And Folia says, I think I'll be playing some Gran Turismo since Xbox gave PlayStation Forza Horizon. And I think that's a pretty good choice.
Good choice.
I like that. And then she also writes, all right, I want to know, what is the weirdest game you've played, and did you enjoy it? I know Feast played some weird games.
So I played this game once called so it's called Divine Cybermancy. I hated that game the second I opened it. I played it for a solid 45 minutes, did not leave the first room because it's so, like, nauseating, and the music is, like, really, like, the entire time, and you're like, what is happening? What is going on in this game? There's no explanations, and I closed it, and then I instantly uninstalled it, and I wish at the time I knew that I could refund a game that I played, because at this point, I can't get a refund for it. If I could get a refund for Divine Cybermancy, absolutely. I would get rid of it now. I would be glad to have it out of my Steam library. That game, nope. Never again. Absolutely 0 out of 10. I'm sorry. Whoever made it, great job on making a video game. I'm so proud of you, but never again. Ever. Absolutely ever. Yeah, that's just me. How about you guys?
Mitch, you play any weird video games?
The only one I can think of off the top of my head is High on Life. Is very weird.
Yeah, it is.
High on Life is very weird. I played and beat that game. It was funny. There's parts of the game that are like funny, but it is definitely like out there. It's weird. Other than that, I mean, like some games back in the day were a little just like, what am I doing here? What is happening? I remember like Killer 7 was like a game on GameCube, PS2. It was just a weird, like out of nowhere style game, and you're just like, what's happening here? Yeah, I'll probably just say High on Life. I mean, I imagine in order to play that game and like fully appreciate it, you probably have to be high. Just saying, like it's a lot of weird stuff in that game.
Carpool gaming does not condone.
Yeah, we don't condone that.
Getting
so don't
high.
do that. Yeah, don't do that. But no, like it's definitely a very strange game. Funny at times, weird at times. There's a couple memorable things about that game for sure. That's just like, what are we doing right now? But yeah, super fun. And weird.
Yep. I'll have to go with what's it called? Veil Shadow of the Crown? I think that's the right name. And that's the game that's like completely has no visuals because it's meant for visually impaired folks.
Oh,
we played that for backtrackers, and it is wild. Just like all audio cues to figure out where you're at and listen for someone attacking you so you can dodge or block or attack back or whatever you're trying to do. But like even in the town, you're just listening like, oh, I can hear the blacksmith banging on their anvil over here, and I hear people talking about food over there, so I want food, I'm gonna go that way. So very weird game, but I really enjoyed it. That was an incredible experience, and I never would have tried it without the backtrackers. So there you go.
I love that.
Yeah.
You just get to try different games that you never would usually try. I
Yep.
appreciate it.
All
Mitch, you
right.
should try that sometime.
I should. I should also learn how to drink Dr. Pepper because apparently I can't do that either. Go on.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
What?
well.
I just spilled Dr. Pepper drinking it. That's what I'm trying to say. All over my shiny gold
Saving
medal.
some like in your beard for later.
Oh
It's
god,
fine.
it's such a disaster all the time. I just get told like you got food all over it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Mm.
thank you, for your question. Next up, we have Croco Kyle, who says, "What are y'all's thoughts on the prospect of having Game Pass on a handheld? Do you think Xbox is too late to the handheld game with the Switch 2 and the PlayStation Portal, or do you think it could be a hit for them? Have a wonderful weekend, y'all." Well, you have a wonderful weekend too, Croco Kyle. And I'll kick it off and say, I don't think Xbox is competing with the Switch 2 or the PlayStation Portal. Like,
No.
If we have to keep it a stack, is anything competing with the Portal? That thing's its own device.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's its own thing.
Yeah.
Maybe kind
Dumb.
of that, what was that, Logitech G Cloud several
Yeah.
years back that's just for cloud gaming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And Switch 2 is, you're buying that because you want the Switch library, like all the Nintendo IPs, that's what you're getting, right?
Yep.
And it is smaller and lighter weight than the PC handheld, so maybe a bit more travel friendly. That's the device I mostly took traveling when I had both that and the Steam Deck. So I think they're really competing with, the PC handheld. And leading into our topic of the week, you know, we're talking about an Xbox branded handheld device coming out, and it sounds like it's going to be a Windows PC handheld. It's going to be your ROG Ally, your Legion Go, all those things. Mitch is going to show us one of them because he loves it and plays
Yeah.
skate on it all the time.
I do. It's literally my Skater XL machine. It's so good for it. I'm sorry.
He only plays
Like, I'm
that.
sorry. It's so good for it.
So I think, and then the question is, are they too late to the handheld game? I don't think so. I think this PC handheld is really still just taking off, and people are trying to figure out what their little segment is going to be. I think if they do it right, they could really succeed here. But they need to make it, in my opinion, if I ran Xbox, I would make it work like the Steam Deck, where it is more of a console-like experience. I want to have my Xbox games. I want to have my Xbox library, which I know Phil has talked about. Like, he doesn't want people to lose their library, so that's a good sign. So I want at least everything that's on the Xbox store to just play easy. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to fiddle with things. I just want to play video games.
So I want to confirm, you're talking about the Xbox, like not the Xbox Windows store, the actual Xbox store, like your games that you
Both.
bought on your Xbox, right?
Yeah,
Because
both.
that's literally like all this news that came out when they're saying like Xbox. I already mentioned like how I think Windows is going to get like that, and it's been rumored whatever before, like that overhaul, that UI overhaul. Because I will tell you, as a Windows, not a Steam Deck, full Windows running here, navigating it is trash. It sucks. It's not good. Now, thankfully, Legion has their own like UI that they put in it to make it doable. Because I will tell you right now, like just, you can configure it to where you can use like your analog sticks, because this doesn't have a keyboard mouse, right? It has a virtual keyboard, but it doesn't actually have like its own like UI, like where you could use the controls and the buttons to like click and choose and move around, right? So I could use the touchscreen. And then Legion itself does have their own like UI, which thank God for this, because really if it wasn't for this thing would not be very good. Microsoft could easily do that. They could easily just have an interface that goes over it. I still think you need to make it full Windows to have access to all the games. And the Xbox app is getting better at recognizing games that are on your system that aren't just Microsoft games or from the Xbox store, right? Like it is starting to like be that Steam where you can add games that are non-Xbox games into that app. So, I mean, it'll eventually just get to the point where it will have like its own, I don't know if it'll be the actual Xbox UI, like the one that we see on a Series X or S. I don't know if it'll actually be that.
it doesn't have to be that, but it needs to be simple like that when you
Right.
want it. Well, like I think the
Correct.
Steam Deck has the right balance there, in that you can stay in that very console-like experience, but if you want to do something extra, maybe a little bit more spicy, you can
Right.
go to the full desktop mode
Right.
and do whatever you need to. And if it is Windows behind the curtains, then fine. You can just have full access to Windows. Here, put a hub on it, plug in your keyboard and mouse, and do whatever you want.
I think and like I said, that's like the thing that I think that eventually, that's the thing that I think they'll do this year, but that will happen this year. As far as an Xbox branded thing, real talk, they could just pay Lenovo to make these the Xbox buttons, make an Xbox guide button dedicated, and this thing's a Xbox branded handheld, right?
Yeah.
Like,
but I hope when that happens, that there is an OS improvement to make it simpler.
Right, for sure. And like, I don't think that's super far-fetched at all. Like when they announced that, people were like, oh my God. Now, what would be different would be if it actually wasn't like, there's two different ways to look at it, right? They can pay Lenovo money right now to make that Xbox match the color and put an Xbox button on this, and it's an Xbox branded thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's the same machine I have. It's running full Windows. It's not running the Xbox OS. It's running full Windows.
When you
with
turn
an
it on,
overlay.
the Xbox app is what pops up first.
Exactly.
Sure.
With a big picture mode like Steam type of deal, right? It's going to be like that. But when they started announcing these things, it actually started making my brain go thinking a lot more into it. They kept talking about And like the handheld was going to happen this year. And then 2027 or whatever, they're talking about like the next physical hardware itself. And then I keep thinking about what Sarah Bond said, how this is going to be like the biggest technological leap ever type of deal. And the only thing I can think of with all the rumors of like Steam being on the next Xbox and all that stuff, what if this next OS is literally everything? What if it is emulating your full 360 library, emulating your whole Xbox One library? All the games you own there will work on this new thing, as well as all these Steam things. Oh, and that handheld is going to run the same UI, and it'll just do everything. That, because like every time I thought about that, like what big technological leap, they could say you are AI, which, by the way, Xbox did announce some AI stuff today, which is whatever, in my opinion. Like, it's cool, whatever. Literally a big technological leap would literally be breaking that PC console barrier and just being like, this does all of it. Here you go. Have a good day. And that's the thing that I think is going to happen. I think that big technological leap is literally going to be all my 360 games I bought, I can play on this. All my Xbox One games I bought, I can play on this. All my Steam, Epic, all those games, you could just do all of it. And imagine if they just turned the Series S or Series X right now. They just flipped the switch and they were like, oh, hardware or software wise, here's your Steam library. That thing would sell instantly, millions of units. So I think like that's going to be your big leap. That's the big leap that they're talking about. And this handheld, this first step is just going to be getting a big picture mode basically branded on the handheld. But eventually it's going to be like, here is the Xbox OS, which is literally just everything you want. And that's the part that I'm more excited about. But yeah, like the big picture mode for Xbox app and it just recognizing all the games is pretty needed though. Like it really is. Because each of their own, like Asus, Lenovo, they all have their own like big picture mode that tries to compile all the games. But like a universal version of that, that's backed by the Xbox store and all the like, that's what needs to happen. Really big. The only thing I worry about when they do that is the fact that SteamOS is now being put on other things besides the Steam Deck. That a Steam Deck OS version compared to the Windows experience or Xbox OS, whatever the hell you want to call it, is probably going to be cheaper. Just because Microsoft wants to pay. You have to pay for a Microsoft license and not Steam OS. You have to pay for Windows. Might be a little cheaper, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if they offered two different versions of the next Lenovo Go or Legion Go that has Xbox with all your Xbox stuff, or a little bit cheaper version with just Steam.
Yeah, the Steam Deck, the drawback there is it's Linux, right?
Right.
Now they've done incredible work to get games to run on that from your Steam library. Like I don't want to undersell that at all, and it's really pushed Linux gaming forward. But you know the other storefronts aren't as concerned with it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Steam spent a lot of time building that part of it, right? That's what they did behind the scenes before they got their hardware figured out. They were just like, how can we make these games run and all that stuff? And like I said, I think overall, the Windows handhelds I do like because I have those kind of options available without having to hack it or do this or do crazy stuff. It just, I can download Fortnite and whatever on this, right? I don't have to worry about it. It's just that UI when you first turn it on, like it's full Windows and it's like, I can hit the start button really small on the touchscreen, or I can hook it up to my dock right here and hook up keyboard and mouse and go nuts if I want. But it's
I want to do that if I have a handheld
Exactly.
device.
You know, if I want to play with a keyboard and mouse on a screen, I have a machine right here that's 100 times more powerful than my Legion right here. So it's like, it's just kind of weird, but that's like step one is just getting that big picture mode in Xbox. And just literally, they're just going to pay Asus or Legion. Xbox is not going to make their own hardware. It's just way cheaper for them just to pay. Exactly. Yeah. Like other people have figured it out. Just, here you go. Here's some money. Can you throw an Xbox? How many other, I mean, that happens all the time though. Like look at licensing happens all the time. There's plenty of controllers that are out there that just get an Xbox logo on it and they're fine. Right. Like the backbone, like the mobile attachment.
I was thinking some of those phone controller
those phone attachments
adapters,
have a non-Xbox branded or a non-PlayStation branded version, and they're the same damn thing.
Yep. Just whether or not it has the branded button.
Matching buttons. That's it. Then Xbox is like,
Yeah.
You can put an Xbox logo on it. Here's some money. We don't want to make one, so just make ours. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all they're going to do with this. But I'm looking forward to it because, again, any easier way to make these consoles better is just good for consumers overall. And again, good for Xbox because it's almost like if they had an OS available and they had a storefront that made sense, you would be spending more money on Xbox's store instead of Steam, which of course Microsoft gets a way bigger cut of, and they want that, so they'll figure it out. But I really, the thing that got me more excited was more that hardware of like 2027, because I just want them to come out of the gate and just be like, yo, play whatever the hell you want.
Oh,
We don't
look, you
care.
can play The Last of Us on your new Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. Oh wait, you want to play Spider-Man? Go
Here it
ahead.
is.
You
Yeah.
can. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't wait for
What
that.
do you think,
That's
Fee?
the part.
No, I think like I definitely think there's like massive positives about this. I think kind of going with what they were going with last year is like everything's an Xbox, and I think that kind of goes hand in hand with what Mitch was saying, like being able to license out a handheld from people who already have it like made. They understand the product, they understand how handhelds, like they already have like essentially the idea of not like you don't have to like change the like my goodness, I cannot think of the like word right now. But yeah, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like take that opportunity. Like there's they could honestly, if they really wanted to flex, why not just do it with a couple handhelds? Be like, okay, you know what? Here, you guys make handhelds. Why don't we just like you guys make one specific handheld that's like an Xbox exclusive or like an Xbox like collaboration, things like that. It's just it boggles my mind that okay, I made a mistake. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I saw a TikTok and I decided, you know what? I'm gonna open up the comments. Why did I open up the comments? The comments were wildin', by the way, but some of them were really positive. So I'm gonna focus on the positive ones.
There you go.
So someone said like, hey, you know what? I'm a PlayStation person, but I think this is a great idea. Like, I think these are really cool. Like having the idea of having the next console be more almost like PC based. I think that's a really good idea as well. And I know that, not gonna lie to you, you freaking Xbox fans, you guys have been asking for something like this. I don't know what you guys got what you wanted and now you guys are mad, but you know what, we're not going to focus on that because apparently you can't make anyone happy. So I think that there are a lot of people who are really excited about this. I think Xbox is taking that opportunity to look to the future because guys, there's no point in looking at the past. They're looking for new ways to be innovative, whether that's making a handheld and making it different or making it their own, or they do a massive PC console hybrid that like something that they can, instead of having just a console where you're like, okay, I have the console and then I have to wait for the next one. If they do something where you can get like upgrades and stuff like that. Yes, it is like a computer, but you guys like that's something that allows people to have more like room for change, have that ability that instead of having to buy a new console in 4 years, why not have like a new like graphics card that you could come out with? Like something like, I don't know. I always think it's really cool when tech tries to find a different, like a new way to do things. And I think this is a really cool way of doing it. I'm really interested to see what's happening. I'm not just saying that because I'm on an Xbox podcast. It's just we are in a time where we can take that opportunity to try out new things. Will it work?
Yep.
Maybe. Maybe it'll be fantastic. Maybe it won't work, but at least Xbox is taking the opportunity to try it rather than being like, okay, we need to release a new console. It's been 4 years. Okay, it's been another 4 years. Let's release a console. They're like, okay, maybe we're going to do a handheld. Maybe we're going to do this interesting new hybrid. Like, I think, like, that's also what's been really motivating me to be leaning more towards Xbox than being more interested in like PlayStation or I will say I'm definitely more of a PC person right now, but I would say I'm definitely like, if I had to say, I would be a PC/Xbox gamer. It's just one of those things where previously, if you asked me a few years ago, I would have said, nah, that ain't me. But no, I think I'm excited to see what they do. And that's like me being incredibly hopeful about it.
Yeah.
I
think
because
it's an exciting time. Like, let's face it, the PS5 and the Xbox Series, they weren't that big of changes from the previous
No.
generations. Like, the generational leap isn't so great. I mean, the big thing we had this time was SSDs, which is great,
Yes.
but like other
Quick
than
resume
that,
literally changed. Like quick resume is
yeah,
is a
I don't
big
trust
deal.
it, so I don't use it. But
No. No.
but like the handheld, like actual powerful device, not a Switch,
Yeah.
is like the exciting thing right now. And I
Correct.
had a Steam Deck, and I've thought about some of the other handhelds as well. There's definitely that's like a new market. People want the Switch, but with some horsepower.
Yeah.
So
And
I
it's
mean, also the
interesting.
Switch is an older console too, though. Like,
It
I mean,
is, yeah,
now Switch
yeah.
2 will come
But I
out and
don't.
it'll actually give people a reason to be excited again about Switch.
Yeah, I
but-
mean, we'll find out in a few weeks what the Switch 2 has to offer. But yeah, and then I think
just think-
go ahead, Mitch.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was thinking about like all of the things that Xbox has really been emphasizing lately, and it's things like stream your own games, so you can play the games you own on the cloud if you're a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber. Xbox Play Anywhere, where when you buy the game, you get entitlements on the console and PC through the Xbox app. So I think they're already like trying to get more games available on those two things, which could bridge the gap to making sure that your library comes with you, even if it's on the Xbox handheld.
Yeah.
So
No,
I think literally that is just such a big deal with if they say Xbox hardware isn't dead, and the one thing, what is one thing that you can do to instantly turn around your hardware sales? Open it up to literally all the games. Play your games anywhere you want is what they keep saying.
Yep.
That doesn't just mean Xbox. That means literally that could literally open the door to like, we want you to play all of your games, including your Steam games. Also, too, Steam doesn't have like a hardware home console thing.
right.
They actually did pair up with Steam, and they straight up were just like, we'll be your console, your hardware, your home hardware, not your handheld hardware. Will literally be your, and again, the problem is like they're competing in the handheld space, right? As far as OS goes and things like that. But that kind of partnership, because again, like there's going to be games that are available on Steam that aren't available on Xbox.
Right.
It doesn't
That's
matter.
what this is like incredibly appealing to me.
Right.
As someone who primarily plays on console, I sit in my recliner in the living room. I have my big TV. That's how I want to play.
Right.
But there's plenty of like, especially indie games that come to
Yeah.
Steam. That's where they release first because that's the easy path from how I
Sure.
understand things.
Yeah.
And I want to play them day one. Now, right now, I drag HDMI cable across the room and plug it into my laptop and play that way. But it would be nice if they were just on my Xbox.
Right. And like I said, like a quick way to literally turn around your hardware business is to unlock software to make it work, I'm just thinking, imagine if they did that now. Imagine if literally this summer they were just like, here's your software update. You can play your Steam games right now on your Series X.
Yeah.
That
that'd
thing would be
wild.
sold out instantly. And I mean, again, like, because that is like your leg up on PlayStation. You can say PlayStation plays PlayStation games. We play everything minus Nintendo games. Sorry. But technically they played in, PlayStation games too. You can play Spider-Man on an X. That's wild to think about. If you want to change your, because everybody's like, Microsoft's getting out of the hardware business. What if they literally were like, no, we
and they're
just
putting
wanna
all
buy
their
a bunch of
games everywhere.
studios. Yeah, we're going to put all of our games everywhere. Oh yeah, we're just going to put Steam on our stuff and just sell hardware like crazy. Because again, even if you're selling hardware, technically, yes, you could buy the games on Steam if you want to. But if you also just buy them through the Xbox app, instead, you could play them anywhere you want still. Like, there's just so much craziness that could happen. And it's a matter of like, literally Xbox just going to Steam or them figuring out some sort of partnership to do it. And again, like, talk about turn around your business, your hardware sales business in a heartbeat, and just having like a quote unquote dedicated hardware. I don't think you would do like a yearly release, but like what you were talking about, like, oh, these games will run on the Xbox Series X in this speed, or, like graphic wise and stuff like that. Literally, if they just turn this thing on into Steam, they could say these games right here will all run on Xbox Series X, or these games will, and whatever the next Xbox hardware is. Like, it's the same thing. They could easily say, oh, this will have these kinds of specs if you have the Series X, but if you have the next gen Xbox, here's the performance you're going to be looking at instead. It's just, it's crazy to think what could happen. And with how open they're being about not just their own stuff, like them putting their stuff on other platforms, they're getting real big to the point where they're just going to turn it into this like software giant. And they're just gonna be like, yeah, well, we made this box that does all of it. and you can buy that, and you can play your games on Steam, or you can play it on this handheld or whatever. And that would be a wild day in gaming. And that's why I just keep thinking like the big technological leap. I don't like you said, from Xbox One to Series X, we got the SSDs, which was necessary. Like how quick games load, quick resume on Xbox, people literally sleep on. It is insane. I've come back to games a month later and it just turns on where I was.
That's because Mitch doesn't play any games.
Exactly. Thank you very much. But when I do play them, they go right back where they go. Thank you very much. Just saying. Unless it's an online game, then we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
But the fact of like the big technological leap, it's not going to be graphics. We're getting to that point where graphics are getting like really good, like real good. You could make open world games as dense and like graphically good, which I think that's where GTA 6 is going to kick people in the face when they see how good that game looks. But like your next gen, like big technological leap is literally eliminating that barrier of PC and console and just going, here's your box that does everything. When that happens, we're going to be real happy to be on this podcast. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
When that happens,
it is the de facto PC podcast for Carpool. So
it basically is. Yeah. 100%.
Yep. So it's going to be an interesting time. And the older I get, the faster time goes. If it's really 2027, that's like next week. I like sleep twice and the new Xbox is going to be announced.
Remember when we were all like complaining that GTA 6 was going to be in 2025? We're like, ugh, 2025. And then it's like here. Like, it's like, wait, what? Like, this game is going to come out this year. That's crazy.
Yep.
So wild.
Anyone else have any final thoughts on new Xbox hardware rumors?
Be excited, guys.
Very excited.
Be optimistic.
It's fun. Yeah. Be happy.
Be happy.
Can't wait. Let's go.
Don't be like Mitch playing Apex.
Yeah. This past weekend. Don't be like me. That was really bad.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Be happy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mitch will be hooking up a mouse and keyboard to his Xbox next week.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. No, I was just, I'll give Apex a weekend. Let's just get it out of my system.
Yeah.
Play some fun stuff.
You'll play hard to get for a little
friends.
bit. Just a week. That's fine.
Exactly.
All right. Before we head out, let's take a moment and thank everyone who supports us over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Especially, I want to thank our ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, whose music is on this show and the PlayStation Drive, and you can find him at linktree/pme.jib. Cwagmire, who reminds you that the best babes are Xenobabes, and we're going to be Xenobabes next week for sure. And TechMike, who says whether you're Kevesi or Agnian, you are a Xenobabe at heart. Our platinum producers, Smokin Joe, the Captain, and Tim Paullin. And our gold members, Adam K., Anna, Awesome Dave, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, Yon32, Ligerwoods 330, Mr. Giggles, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Peje EP, Riley King, Stephen Keller, and Toxic. Mitch, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me everywhere. Mitch Power 1116, just like it says here on the YouTube video. This weekend I'll be playing Lockdown Protocol. If you guys want to see my game of 2024, you could actually do that right now because we're about to go live and play that with the host of Carpool Gaming. But also I'll be playing it tomorrow and then Fall Guys. So come out, hang out, play some community games. We have a lot of fun.
For sure. Fee, where can people find you on the internet?
People can find me here. People can find me over on Patreon where I did my Pants episode. You guys can find me over on twitch.tv/Zoranix where I will be playing games this weekend. So I'm going to be...
just one.
Plural.
Killer Frequency.
I will be playing Killer Frequency. I will also maybe be playing Lockdown Protocol 2 after this podcast.
Okay.
Because I was told, actually, I was voluntold to stream through Discord. Someone said I had no choice, and for that reason, here I am streaming.
Community will thank us later. That's all I'm saying. You're welcome.
Will they?
They will. They will. You want to give me that look with those eyes? They will.
Yeah, they will. When Mitch spends hours editing all the clips.
So long. That's going to be a long video.
That's on you. You asked for this.
It is. I asked for it.
I asked
for it.
Mitch wanted this.
Everybody will be happy.
Woo!
Is that it?
Just
Is that
like
all?
that.
You can find me at Bowser13 on my Xbox/PC and on PlayStation, or Bowser on Steam. And come hang out in Discord because we're always playing games and having fun. So until next week, be awesome.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Xbox Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget that we've got some awesome Xbox Drive merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming for exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description. We'll see you next week.